just let me know if you can see and hear me well. I'm very happy to welcome you on this Tilda webinar. So let me see in the chat. Yes, I think we are live. I'm very happy about that. Welcome everyone to this Tilda webinar on SEO. So today our goal is not to build a website. So what are we going to do today is to talk what happens once your website is done. Okay, I'm very happy to welcome you today. My name is Elizabeth, and while people are gathering, I will propose everyone who is already there, who is connected, to use the chat next to your live stream for your questions. So whenever you have a question, please use the chat and add it there. I will make some time for the questions today. Don't worry about that. On another note, all the registered, viewers will receive a little bonus from Tilda, so 1 free month on Tilda personal plan. This you will receive on your email, I think tomorrow. If you have not registered yet to the Tilda webinar, please go and check out the Tilda webinars page, and we have upcoming webinars. Feel free to do that anytime. Right, and another thing that I want you to know is that you should not worry if you have to leave the live stream at a certain moment. There will be a recording, and the recording will be sent to all the registered viewers to their inbox, and also it will be available on our YouTube channel. So please follow us, follow Tilda on YouTube to never miss the upcoming webinars and recordings. All right, I think these were the essentials. Now, let me start basically the webinar, because we have a lot of things to go through today. All right, so that's our agenda. First of all, we'll have a little understanding of what SEO is and why do we need it, and why not, maybe. Are there any cases that a website does not need an SEO? Next, we will jump into Tilda and try to optimize a Tilda website ourselves. And I will show you all the SEO related settings on Tilda, and I will prove you that there is nothing difficult about them. So you don't really need to go through overwhelming, exhausting I don't know, courses or even hire an SEO specialist to make your website, to optimize your website and make it discoverable on Google. You can do it yourself, and with Tilda it's easy, and I will show you how to do that. Another thing which is very important, if you have a new website, so if you just launched your website, you will want to submit your website to Google, and I will show you how to do that to speed up the process of the indexation, because the Google crawlers will not find your website immediately after its publication. Right? Then we will cover some questions on the content optimization. I will show you some other aspects of the advanced SEO, and I'll be happy to answer your questions, which I again invite you to post in the chat at any time. All right, so very happy to start. Let's get into that. So first of all, what is SEO and why we are all here today? SEO, you might have seen these 3 letters everywhere, and probably it was a bit overwhelming to go into this and understand what is this, because it's complex. It sounds complex, but actually what the end benefit is that it's a great opportunity for any website builder to gain free traffic. So this is a strategy that we can oppose to, for example, Google ads or Facebook ads, right? This is the same, like the ads is the process of acquiring new traffic but paid traffic, right? You pay for it. And SEO is the process of optimization your website, optimizing your website for search engines so that it becomes discoverable and it goes up in the search results, ranks higher, and hence discoverable or discovered by more and more people, hence bringing you more and more traffic. And it is all for free. So this is very important to do as a basic step while launching the website, especially if you have a website that has to do with business, that brings in new clients, that you expect to add up to your profits in the end of the year. So this is very important, right? And I guess, yeah, the majority of the websites that are being published every second are being published to earn some traffic, at least, if not profit, if not to make a profit and make a real money, right? So that's why it's important, and that's why also it's important to understand how you can do it yourself, because I said that it's for free, but then if you hire an SEO specialist, it's not for free anymore, right? So here, this workshop is dedicated to to an easy way of understanding SEO and maybe some essential and basics in SEO that you can do yourself, right? The last thing I want to tell you before we go forward is what is SEO actually. So SEO is, S stands for search, E stands for engine, O optimization. So search engine optimization, making your website discoverable by search engines, right? All right. Now, if you make a website, or if you probably already have a website on Tilda, by the way, share with me in the comments, in the chat, if you have or have not a website already made, and if it's made on Tilda or elsewhere. I'll be very curious to know that. And this is our agenda for the Tilda SEO settings that I will show you in a second, and I will walk you through it. And it sounds a lot, right? Like it's a lot of things that we want to cover, but actually it's like less than a minute to each. Well, maybe, okay, a bit exaggerating, but I don't think that it will take us more than a half an hour to go through all of them. And it's a half an hour of your time that may bring you a significant increase in the traffic and in website visits, which I think is quite worth it, right? So what are we going to do now? We're going to jump into the Tilda interface, and I will go through all of those settings, showing you how they actually work, right? So, but before that, let me just have a little look at the chat and see if there are already some questions here. All right, so we have an independent educator, passionate by digital here. Welcome, very happy to have you here. Yes, on Tilda. Okay, Federica has a website on Tilda. I'm very happy. Hi, Federica, by the way. So it will be very useful for you for sure. All right, Tilda feed blog posts have T-posts and one unique identifier in the URL. Is there any way to change this? That's that's a good question. And I will not go into the details here, but just to tell you, I would probably suggest you to address our support team and to discuss with them in detail, because they can adjust and modify certain things according to the customer needs. But me at the moment, I can tell you, it's rather negative. But well, it's a very detailed thing related to the blogging on Tilda and URL. So, okay, I think that we are good to go. And so what am I going to do now is I'm gonna open my Tilda dashboard. So those of you who have already a website on Tilda, this should seem or feel familiar. For others, I'll just maybe make a very quick overview. So on top we have a menu, right, with some main parts of Tilda dashboard, but here we are inside of a website, inside of a project which is called Design Agency, and it has one page which does not have a name yet, so there's no title anymore. There's no title yet, sorry. And let's just have a look at this page. So that's the Tilda editor, right? So that's where you actually create the design, and this is my design. So I will just go into the preview mode to help you see my website. So this is the website for a design agency, right? That reshapes how brands are seen with a very slight and nice animation on the hero section. Then a little phrase and a little block with advantages, some feedback from clients, right? A step-by-step explanation of how this design agency works, the pricing plans, and the CTA, basically, with the possibility to subscribe to their email newsletter, right? And some social media in the end, of course. So yeah, quite a typical nice light website that needs to be optimized. So let's get started. First of all, in the editor, we want to open the page settings. To do so, it's here on top. We click settings and we end up in the page settings. So in page settings, we need to optimize several things, and it's very important because it will maybe influence a lot the first impression of your website for people who are Googling the search query that your website will be indexed for. So at the moment, our website is not optimized at all, and this is its search results preview. So this is how our website is going to be shown on Google, right? In the search results. When you search on Google, you're used to have a title, a little description, and a friendly URL. We have neither of those at the moment, and let me show you how you can do it. First of all, title and description, right? And this you set up in the general tab right here in front of you. So the title and description, what do we want from it? First of all, it should not be long. Second of all, it's better that it has that both title and description include keywords. Right? What is a keyword? Keyword is a search query that you believe people will use to find your website or your services. So for example, this is the design agency. The keyword can be design agency, okay? Let's say it's in Brooklyn, I don't know, a design agency in Brooklyn or in Chicago. So the location can also be a keyword, but also me as a person who needs a design, for example, if your services include a logo, right? So I will not search for design agencies. I will search an agency to create a logo for a company or a company logo, something like this. So it's better to think about that in a way, like from the point of view of your potential customer, right? How would they Google you? And then based on that, put the title and description and the keywords further on, and also adjust your content on the website accordingly, right? But here, well, let's put design agency. I think it's called 88. So the name, for sure, this is for the brand queries, so-called brand queries. So when people actually met you on the street and gave them the, I don't know, the card, and they remember the name, the title of your agency, and they go back home, they open Google and they type in the name. So this is the brand query, right? They search especially for you. Your website should pop up. That's a must. That's for sure. So you want to have the title of your business, of your company, or your name, perhaps, if you are an independent, for example, photographer, right? If people search for your name, they should find your website on the first page of the search results, right? So we put the name in the page title. Then we can also add some keywords, for example, design agency 88 in Brooklyn, or I don't know, let's say in Berlin. Right. So important thing is that the title should not be longer than 12 words. 12 words or 70 characters. So don't put all the keywords. There are a lot of people who do that, and the search engines, they're not stupid, and they will not really index the pages that are made for them, that are made for robots. Create a page, first of all, for a human, right? But don't forget about keywords. Right, in the description, so description can be longer. Description can be from 160 to 180 characters. That's the best practices. And here we can include some of the services, for example, some of the queries that people would probably use to find us, right? So what do this design agency does? So we can put design services or high quality design services. Why not? High quality design services in Berlin, logo, what else? Website, logo, website, style guide, working with brands and individuals, something like that, right? So it can have 2 sentences, not a problem at all. Okay, so now that we added page title and description, let me just save changes and show you the difference in the snippet. So if I go to SEO, and here is the preview on Google that we would have now. Just by typing the title and description, it looks way more clickable, right? I mean, this is something that still has a problem here because the URL is not at all user-friendly, and it's not a nice URL. It's a system URL default, but there is already something, right? That the title and the description are they're both clear. You can have a quick look on that, and you can understand if you need or not this design agency, right? So if you're looking for a design agency doing websites in Berlin, probably you will go ahead and click on it. Right. So now let's fix this third part of the Google preview, which is the URL. How to do that? So once your page is done, you should go to the site settings. So switch to site settings. You can do it from here, from the page settings, right? Or you can click more and click site settings. Here in the site settings, in the first tab, which is called main settings, you have the website title, which is not the title from the page setting, right? This is the title for the entire website. So on Tilda, you can create websites that include several pages, like many pages actually. On the paid plans, you have up to 500 pages within one project, right? On the free plan, you have 50 pages within one project, which is still a lot. So the page settings that we just had a look at, they are related to a single page. Now we are in a website setting. So this is the site settings, and they work for the entire website. So for all the pages, if you have 500 pages, all of them will be following those settings that you set here. And here you have the custom subdomain on Tilda. So talking about URL, there are 2 ways to go for you if you create a new website. First of all is to use a free subdomain on Tilda. What does it mean? It means, that's what I'm going to do today. It means that you can create, you can customize the name of the URL. So for example, I will put design agency 88. And then in the end, after that custom part, there will be .tilda.ws, right? So that's what makes it subdomain, right? Because there's still a part from Tilda. Now, if you want to have a fully customized domain, it's not difficult at all. You can go and search for domain registrars. You can also check out our help center, Tilda Help Center, that will help you to find it out. Or you can also, in the Tilda dashboard, you can just click on this question mark, and then enter the question or keyword. And if you put domain, for example, how can I connect a custom domain? This is the instruction for you. All right. So if you, like me, prefer to use a custom subdomain on Tilda, you need to make it custom, right? You don't need to keep it systematic, project 1, 2, 3, and so on. So put a name, include keywords into the title, into the URL, and save changes. Whoop. Something went wrong. Let me do it again. Save changes. Right. So now we go back and open the page settings. So now from dashboard to open the page settings, before we open it from the page editor, you can also open the page settings right here by clicking on this little button settings next to the page. And here you have the preview of the page URL. You see, it's not anymore project 1, 2, 3 or whatever. It's design agency 88. And if I go into the SEO, finally, all the 3 parts are perfect here. The title is correct. The description is nice, and the URL is user-friendly, right? So we can trust, like it creates trust and also gives some information about your website. So this is the basic thing that you better not go live without fixing that. Now there is another thing which is loosely connected to Google results, but still important, which is the badge. So badge is something that you will not see on Google, but you will see here on social media, right? So it's not a webinar about social media optimizing, but since we're here, I will just, I cannot but say a little word about the badge. So this is the image that typically is uploaded by the website owner, or it also can be taken as the first image of the website once published, so that it doesn't remain empty. That's important, and it gives you a clear, so when and how people can see this image. When you post your website on the social media, for example on Twitter or on Facebook, when you share it, there is a little preview, and this preview includes this badge. So this preview, unlike in Google where you don't have images, here you do, and you better have a good one, right? So just keep it in mind when optimizing your website, right? And then also I clicked already, but I wanted to show you. So wait a second, now just go ahead. And here you have customized social media preview button, right? And in this button, you can set alternative titles and descriptions and alternative page image, and even the URL for specifically for social media. When it can be useful, for example, if for Google, so in Google you would have worldwide audience, right? You will have everyone. And then on Facebook, you know that you're gonna have very specific people who want very specific things. And you can make, for example, a bit more formal description and the title for Google and a bit less for Facebook, right? Or for Twitter. And for this, you have this possibility to modify actually the title and description and make it personalized for the social media, right? All right, so enough for social media. Now back to SEO. Let's see what else we want to set up. Here there is a customized search results preview button, which we do want to click. And here you see also specialized or dedicated title description for Google. So these ones, they work on the contrary. If you want to specify something in particular for Google, if you know that people are Googling certain things, or you want to just experiment, just go ahead and modify the title and description according to these, to your experiments. while keeping the main one in the general tab intact. Okay. Also, I want to pay your attention to this, to draw your attention to this little clickable sentence, which brings you to the guide to SEO promoting your website online. This is the Help Center article on Tilda that includes the video tutorial also. The links are in the description of this video already. But just so you know that whenever you're on Tilda and you're optimizing your page, you have this possibility to quickly go there and check whatever we are discussing today. Now, here I would like to draw your attention to the keywords section. So here you can specify some keywords. What are keywords? We already said these are the queries that you believe your potential customers use to find you on Google. Beware not to put too many keywords, right? Because then the effect will be kind of diffused. You don't want that. Stick to 1, 2, maybe 3 main queries, okay? And yeah, you can add them. You can add some complementary words. So for example, for me, it will be design agency for sure. Then let's say logo for my business. Website, something related to website for a company. Then something with Berlin for sure. Design agency in Berlin. Logo maker. Whatever comes to your mind, but better using some specialized tools like Google Keyword Planner. This I will cover a bit later in this webinar. Okay, so this is just to tell you, just to show you the place where you can add keywords, and yeah, pay attention that the keywords are specific to the page. There's page specific, not website specific. There are also keywords for the entire website, but at the moment we are checking the keywords for the page. All right, don't forget to save changes every time you change anything on Tilda. For the canonical link and other settings here, we will get there later. They're a bit advanced. Now we are just covering the essentials, right? Our next essential is in the editor, and this is about H1 and H2 tags. You may have seen these things already. I don't know if you know what does it mean, but let's figure out. So H1 and H2, it stands for heading, H for heading, heading 1, heading 2, there are also heading 3 tags. So what does it mean? When your website is being thrown into the Google system, the search engine crawlers scan your website and they need to quickly understand kind of a markup, what this website is about. If you have like plenty of text in the code, it's just plain text, right? So there should be a little mark saying that this is the main heading of the website, and this is what the website is about. And to mark it, you use H1, heading 1 tag. It can only be one H1 tag per page, not per project, but per page. Don't make 2 times H1 tag, because then after it will just not work. Instead, H2 and H3 tags, which are less important in the hierarchy of headings, can be used multiple times on the page. Now, if yes, and make sure that every page has an H1 tag for sure. Otherwise, they will be just ranked worse than they could have been. Now, how to set up the H1 tag? Here on my page, I have my hero section. So normally the H1 tag is something that you have on your hero section, on your cover page. So the first big thing that you want to grab the attention of your visitors with, and this is the main heading of your website, of your page. For me, this is clearly this design agency that reshapes how brands are seen. Now, this block is made, so this cover page is made in 0 block in my case. It can also be not a 0 block. So let me show you first how you set an H1 tag in 0 block, since I have a cover page on 0 block. And then I will also show you how you can set it for standard blocks, for the blocks from built-in blocks from the library. So in the 0 block is the built-in web design editor on Tilda. Quite powerful. Check it out if you haven't heard about that. So here you can create really custom design and cool animation, etc., etc. But now I want just to set the H1 tag for the header. So here I select the text block that I need, right? And I open the settings. To open the settings, I either click here or I use the shortcut tab. And I scroll down till the tag. So this is what I'm looking for, HTML tag, and there's a little tooltip explaining everything about it and providing you some links to the help article again. And here, by default, it's div. So div is basically not marked. It's like a normal text, like a basic text, whatever. It's not even a heading. And if I click on this drop down, I will have 3 other options, H1, H2, and H3. And I will just select H1, save it, close it, and it's done. So it will be done as soon as I publish the page, obviously. Now, if you have a block from the library, for example, one of those cover blocks like this one. So here, the H1 tag should be set in the settings tab. You go into the settings, you scroll all the way down, and you look for the SEO title tag. And also, you see it's default, but I click on this drop down and I can choose H1. I choose H1, I save and close, and it's done, right? So, but let me delete this second block, because otherwise I will have 2 H1 tags. I don't want that on one page. Now, other less important headings, like this one, for example, the advantages one, they also can be marked, and I do encourage you to do that. It's not that crucial for SEO, but it's still proper way of optimizing your page. So here in the settings, I would set here SEO title tag H2, right? And you can also put a tag for the subtitle. So in case subtitle includes some of the keywords, why not? You can put H2 or H3 up to H6. You see the markup will be clearer. Save and close, and you repeat this for each block of your website. Right, so I hope it's clear, and we can move forward. Let me just check if there are any questions in the chat, and I will continue. Well. So, there is some activity in the chat. I love that. Thank you, everyone who is, first of all, watching, and second of all, asking your questions. That's really important for us to have any feedback as well. Feedback is very welcome. Right. Hi, I have a website on Tilda, and I would like to know, are we writing the same keywords, site description, title, etc., the same for main site and side sites, blog, subtopic, explanation, etc.? Now, it's better not to use exact same title and description for all the pages, right? So the answer is no, but I see that my colleagues already replied to many of those questions. Okay, so I guess, yeah, let me know if you need my attention to any of these questions. Otherwise, I will just go ahead and continue with optimizing a website on Tilda. Right, so we've done the H1 tags, the H1, H2, etc. tags. The next thing we want to do is to optimize alt text for images. So what is an alt text for images? When you have images on the website, in the code, they are not shown as images, right? So the robots will never understand what the image is about. And they will never understand, for example, what if it's an explicit content, or what if it's irrelevant content, etc. So for this, you may want to give a little explanation for the robots. So here you're talking to robots, and you want to provide a description of the image, in the language of a robot, and language of the search engine crawler. And for this, any blog that contains images, you open the content tab of it. And here, in my case, so these are the images in the feature items. So when you see this image on Tilda, right, you can click on the three dots just next to it, and you will see the SEO image alt text field appearing in front of you. And here you just use some keywords or some descriptions, not necessarily keywords. Just don't be obsessed with keywords also. I know that I'm saying time and again, repeating this thing, but well, keywords are important, but they're not, you should never choose keywords over common sense, right? So here, for example, we have a design agency, but the image is about a leaf, right? And it's illustrating the title, which is a high quality. So you can say high quality illustrated by a green leaf, right? Something like that. And the next item is about flexibility. Another one is about experience. So here, you better not make it too abstract, right? Because you want to explain to the search engine exactly what this image is about. But you also maybe want this image to add up to your SEO, or add up to your ranking, right? So if it's like a green leaf and it has nothing to do with design, maybe you want to build a little connection in between the two. Just like here, you can put a gray wall representing experience, or a gray wall of an ancient building, for example, building representing experience, something like that. I would do something like that, right? I would mix. But I will definitely add alt text for each image on the website, well, unless you have like thousands. But still, yeah, it's better to do this job. It's a bit routine job, but it pays off. And also, it's important for accessibility. Accessibility has double importance for websites. From one side, of course, it's super important for people with disabilities to access your website and be able to navigate it smoothly. And this here, for example, for those who cannot see very well, or for blind people, the alt text will be the text that will be read out loud for the user, so that they understand what the picture is about, right? And on the other hand, a good accessibility rank of the website also contributes to the good ranking and the good SEO. So keep it in mind. Right, so this is about alt images. Moving forward, we want a little favicon. What's favicon? So we go to site settings. This is something you set up for the entire website. You don't set it up for each page separately. This is something that you want to set for the entire website. So favicon is an icon of a website that is displayed next to the page title in the browser tab, right? So you can, maybe if you're watching this webinar from the laptop and you have several tabs open in the browser, you can just have a quick look. For example, on the YouTube tab, there is a little YouTube logo just next to it, right? And so this is a favicon. And this is a very nice thing to have, but also it's a thing that influences SEO and search results for your website. And it's very easy to upload. You just need to upload it in the right way. So you want the format of the image to be ICO. That will be the best one. Also PNG and JPEG are okay, but it's better to stick to ICO. And you can easily Google the ICO converters. Sorry. Okay. Now, if you just click on the link that is provided already in the Tilda interface, here you have a description which helps you to prepare an image or your logo. Most probably it's gonna be your logo for sure, as a correct way to upload it as a favicon. Right, and here on Tilda you have the possibility to upload it also for light and dark theme, for Apple and Android title, and just a general favicon. Right? Okay, moving on. So now it's gonna be a little bit technical, but don't worry, I will break it down so that it doesn't sound overwhelming. Here in the site settings on Tilda, we have the SEO tab, and first thing you have is the HTTPS settings. So why HTTPS? What is this? Why is it important, etc.? So it's important for many reasons, but for SEO, it's important that your website is not available on two different URLs. And if your website, for example, like mine, Design Agency 88, is accessible via HTTP and HTTPS, then Google may think that it's a duplicate and will not rank either of those, because it's like, yeah, Google is against this a bit dumb strategy of recreating the same page time and again and trying to populate Google with it. No, they will very quickly recognize it and cancel one of those or even both. So what you want to do is to make sure that your website is either available on the HTTPS or HTTP protocol. How to do it and how on earth you would know which protocol your website is accessible through. So by default, if you just publish your page on Tilda, it will be opened with HTTP protocol without S. So S stands for SSL certificate, and it's important to issue it, and it's important to do it. So you click here on manage, and you will see a little tip that will tell you that HTTPS protocol secures data transmission between the browser and the server. So it's very important, especially if you gather some personal information from your customers or potential customers. You really want to have the SSL certificate and hence to have your website being available on HTTPS protocol. To do that, if you have your own domain, you have to follow this link and go to the Help Center article and follow those tabs. They're easy to understand. If you don't, then you will just scroll all the way down, and you have it's already done here, but yeah, by default there are no checks here, and you need to put this check mark here. Use HTTPS scheme in robots.txt, sitemap, and canonical URL. Don't really go deep and try to understand every word here. Just remember that you would need this thing to be on, so that your website, let me show you. So I publish all pages, and you see this is the URL of my website, and it has the S. If I go back to site settings and I deselect this thing, I save changes and I publish pages again, you see my website is available on HTTP protocol. You don't want that. Okay, let me bring it back. So this is an important thing to do. Very, very well. Moving on, the same thing, the same thing regarding duplicates is valid for www. So I don't know if you paid attention, but a lot of websites already since a lot of years, a couple of years for sure, they don't use www, because before it was the case, like every website will start from www. Nowadays, no, if I want to share a website with you, I will say tilda.cc, You will put it in your either on Google, either on the search, the bar, and you will access it. So here you have three options. Wait a sec. I didn't click the right way. So yeah, sorry, I just got a bit confused. Here you can define redirection rules, right? So if you're redirecting your website, wait, why is it HTTPS? I want www. Okay, this is 301. Just 1 second, I will find out. Okay, I think I'm a bit slow today. Anyways, let me show you a guide in the Help Center about the www thing. Okay, I guess we cannot do that because we don't have the custom domain. Very well, so it's not a problem. So, okay, don't worry about that. If you don't have the custom domain, do worry about it if you do. But just follow these little guides. So the idea behind is that you, as much as you do the redirection from HTTP to HTTPS, you have the redirection from non-www to www or vice versa. Best practice is not to use www because obviously if you can cut something, do it, right, in our modern world full of information. Right, next thing, the last very technical thing is the 301 redirects, and these are useful. So these are help maintain the page ranking in search results when the URL is changed or maybe deleted, etc. So imagine you had the website and it had a certain SEO weight, so it had a good domain authority, etc. But then you have to change it for some reason, and to change the URL, and you don't want to lose the ranking. And for this, you will have to do not just any redirect, but the 301 redirect. And here is the entire guide on Tilda how you can do it. So you put the old page address, the new page address, add it, and then you keep your ranking points. Now, it may sound a little bit overwhelming, and you may think, okay, how do I make sure that I did not forget anything? For this, you go to Site Settings, open the SEO tab, and find the SEO Assistant. So here, this thing will scan your website, scan all of your pages, and will find errors. You see here, we don't have any errors, but if I create a new page, for example, let me just do it quickly from a template, a random template, and let's see if there is an H1 tag by default or not. Not very good. So I publish this page. I go back to SEO Assistant, and voila, it reminds me that I forgot to add H1 tag, right? And I did not use user-friendly URL. This is the name of my page, the second page that I created. And which is cool, what is cool about the SEO Assistant is that each tip is clickable and brings you to the Help Center article or specific part of it with the quick explanation of how exactly you can fix it, right? So this is the tool that I really, really, really recommend you to use every now and then, because we tend to create new content, new pages, and then forget to optimize it. It's normal, but just remember that you have this tool in your hands that will help you to go through it. Right. Okay, I think we've covered a lot of things on Tilda. The next thing that I wanted to share before I go and check your questions is, is the question about submitting your website to Google. So This is relevant for those who are launching new websites. If you just launched new website, it will not appear on Google right away. It will not appear tomorrow. It will take some time, may take up to a couple of weeks for Google to finally notice it, because there are plenty of websites being created every second, obviously, across the world, and Google has to index it, and its robots have to go through each and every page of each and every new website. So what you want to do, you don't want to wait for Google to find a new website. You want to be proactive. Go ahead and use this tool by Google, an official Google Search Console. You can add your website to the directory of Google using the Search Console tool. So this is a very obvious thing that will not take more than 5 minutes of your time and will make a big impact. Not a lot of people know about that. Okay, so on Google Search Console, you need to submit your website URL. So it looks like that. Here, add property, and then you add your domain or URL prefix, and then you go ahead just following the Google tips in the interface, right? And then it will bring you to the point where it will generate an HTML tag for you. You can copy it. Then on Tilda, you go to site settings. Let me show you more. Scroll all the way down and find the ownership verification. And right here, Google Domain Verification by Meta, you paste the Google tag. Here is the Help Center article that will help you to navigate it in case you forget something. Then don't forget to republish all the pages again, and it's done. Your website is already on Google, right? So this is a nice, important tip that I wanted to share with you. Now, before we go into the content optimization part of the webinar, let me just have a quick look on the questions. Maybe you have something that I need to reply to. Okay, some good feedback on the new blogs and yeah, about quiz. Very nice, thank you. New AI page creation feature works pretty good. Feels like magic. Yeah, cool. Thank you for your for your feedback. The Tilda AI tool, we are all very proud of it. It's growing and getting better and better. Now, does it influence our SEO if we upload only one favicon or many? Well, you basically, it's not that you can upload many different favicons and then Google will, Google will choose which one to use. No, you apply the same favicon, but in different formats for different reasons, right? For a little app icon, for the browser, for the dark theme, for the light theme. And no, it does not matter if you will upload two different images, two different logos, one for light theme, one for dark theme. It will be the same for Google, but it will not be the same for the users, right? For people who would check your website and will open it in the dark theme and then see another logo, that will be a bit weird. So I recommend following the best practices of the big companies like YouTube. They use the same logo. It also helps for the brand awareness, so why not? I would just stick to one. That's it. Just wanted to say thanks for this amazing platform, and the new updates are amazing. Wow, thank you so much for your feedback. That's really cool. All right, I think we're good to, yeah, there is a new question. Where can I find the presentation you have here? Well, you can find it in the recording of this video. We are not sharing the presentations, but the presentation is made on Tilda, so you know. All right, let's go ahead because it's already almost 1 hour and we still have to cover a couple of things. So let's go into the content optimization. What does it mean? So apart from the technical part that we just checked and discovered, there is a part that has to do with content itself. First of all, the SEO relevant content is text. It's mainly about text. Make it high quality and relevant. And give full and comprehensive coverage of the topic. So here you need to really think not about keywords and not about being smart, and witty, but here you need to think about your customer. You need to make the website copy not overwhelming. You need to make it clear. You need to make it in a way that you yourself would be happy to read it, right? Or if your product is very different, or your audience is very different to yourself, then you need to go ahead and probably talk to them and find out what they really like, if they really like to have long texts to read, or if they don't have a lot of time, if your product is aimed at businessmen, for example, if it's a design agency, right, for business websites, most probably they won't have a lot of time. They will not bother reading all the case studies, etc. But they will need some key messages, very well phrased, etc. So all these things, keep it in mind while creating the copy and make it high quality, make it neat. Keywords, obviously, it's good to use keywords on your website. To search for keywords, if you're creating a website from scratch, you may want to go and use the tools like Google Trends, Google Keyword Planner, SEMrush, etc. There are plenty of keywords, keyword tools. You can Google them, right? Then after analyzing the queries, you can select 3 to 4 most popular ones. Pay attention to the location. If your business is location sensitive, then check the trends for your specific location, not for the world, because it may differ a lot, and it will differ most probably, right? Then so select 3 to 4 most popular ones, right? And then use them at least once in exact match and in a broad match. And remember that if you have a single page website, it's better to optimize it for a single topic, right? So don't try to put a single page website into 3 different topics. No, just focus on one thing and try to win the competition there. So this is about content. Now, on Tilda, you can also benefit from the built-in statistics that can help you to track how your website is doing, because all these, we are spending a lot of energy and time to optimize the website, but then we need to see if it actually works, right? And for this, you need to go and check the stats. So if you're a real pro, you can connect the Google Analytics and to your website, to your Tilda website. I will just show you how it's done. So you go to Site Settings, you go to Analytics, and here Google Analytics, you just specify the measurement ID, right? Or you can log into your account right here, right from Tilda, and then they will be connected in a couple of clicks, right? Then if you want something a bit more simpler, or if you're a beginner, then you can already use the built-in statistics on Tilda. And for this, I wanted to show you an example of a website that has some statistics, because the other one is just newly made. So this is the website statistics on Tilda, and these are the key measurements that you can already have and in front of your eyes without connecting any specific services or creating accounts. So the sessions, type of device, if it's the desktop or mobile that people use to access your website, number of leads, number of conversions, the conversion rate, so-called, right? Then the sessions across time, right? You can check daily or monthly view, just like that. Number of leads, activity and conversion based on the date, and then page views, sessions, visitors, etc. Popular pages, events, then very cool parts here in the referral traffic, so where the traffic comes from, right? Which search engines people use to access your website. Refer, so other websites that link to yours, which is very important as well, the backlinks, so we'll get there. Social networks, you see here is only Reddit, surprisingly, maybe for some. And then top 10 countries, top 10 cities that that the people from these places access your website. So these are the stats available until the by default. Also, if you have an online store, if you do the e-commerce, there is a dedicated online store statistics with some different metrics compared to the basic website, to the non-online store website. Okay, now this is about statistics. If you have any questions about that, please feel free to use the chat, and we'll go into the advanced SEO right now. Now, first two things that people who want to know about SEO ask us in the help center or in the support. Very popular question is about robots.txt and sitemap files. What is with them? So let's start first of all, what is this? So robots.txt is a file for search engines, robots, which indicates to them which pages they should and should not index. And the sitemap is a file for search engines, also crawlers or robots, that describes how content is organized on your website, and it helps them index your page more accurately. The good news is that both robots and sitemap are automatically generated on Tilda. You don't need to think about it at all. As soon as you publish the website, both files are there, ready to be crawled by search engines, robots, and ready to be indexed. So this one is a fast step that we can just skip, just like that. Now, canonical URL is the master copy of a page. In most cases, probably you will not need it. But in some cases, some pages, and they get indexed by search engines more than once, right? And then the system will consider each variant a duplicate. You don't want that because it decreases your page rankings. And how you can fix that on Tilda, you can assign a canonical link in page settings. So you do it right here. You go to page settings, SEO, scroll down, and here is the canonical link field. And here you set up the URL of your website, most probably the canonical one. And then the robots know that this is the original, right? Also, these two settings right here, which are called indexing and links, they're not very often used, but I just wanted to mention what do they mean since we're here. So indexing prevents search engines from indexing this page. If you check this this box, your page will not be indexed by Google. So you just basically you close this page from Google. Why would you do that? Well, there are some cases, right? When the page is not ready, when the page is under construction, when you have a lot of traffic and you don't want people to know about your special offer that you're publishing tomorrow, but you already want to publish this page and send it to your friends or to your colleagues, for example. In this case, you may want to prevent search engines from indexing this page. This is just one of the many cases. Now, the second one, the second settings here, links, they prevent search engines from following links on this page. So if you have a lot of outbound links and you don't want them to be indexed, you can also prevent this over here. Right. Let's get back. So that was about the canonical link. Now, image optimization is very important because the page load speed is an important SEO ranking factor. So what does it mean? All the images, so images in general, what do we have on a website, on web pages normally? We have text, which has no weight, basically. It's very light in terms of page load speed, right? It loads very quickly. We have some graphic graphic elements, and we have images, and the images are the heaviest part of any website, right? And they slow down the page load speed. So, and then if the page load speed ranks, if the page load speed is not very high, it's not very good, then the SEO ranking will also go down a little bit. Because we don't want, people don't have patience to wait for the website to load. but also the search crawlers know that, and they will put your website a bit lower compared to the fast ones. So on Tilda, we have the adaptive image loading built in, which means that all the pictures that you upload automatically their size reduces by 3 to 7 times, because it is like every picture, every image that you upload is converted into WebP next generation format that is already optimized for web, right? So this is something also you don't need to worry about. You can just trust it, Tilda. Now, Broken Link Checker is a tool that we have on Tilda that you can use. What is this and why it's important for SEO? So broken links, what is it? A broken link is a link that you have on your website and it doesn't work, right? It's broken. So for example, you have a link to an educational resource that has recently changed its URL, and now the people click on the button on your website and they just end up on the 404 error page. We don't want that. To find it, especially if you have a big website with many pages, with many links, many outbound links, it's not always very easy to find it manually. And for this, you want to use the broken link checker. And we have one on Tilda, which works pretty straightforward. You just put a page URL here, the URL of your website that you want to check, and then the tool will scan through it and will list all the broken links that are there. And this is a good practice because, yeah, a lot of broken links harms the user experience, hence harms SEO. Now, the backlinks to your website, it's an important thing. It's something that you cannot just set up in one day, but you can work toward it, or you can keep it in mind. So what does it mean? Backlinks to your website means that the more resources on the web in general have the link to your website, the better your website would be indexed. Why? Because, well, it makes sense. If it's a popular page, if a lot of people find it useful, they would share, and then the domain authority will raise, so-called domain authority. So what you want as a result is the more you want more inbound links, so the links that point to your website on the internet, and you don't want a lot of outbound ones, a lot of outbound links to that lead to other resources from your website, right? So this is just the best practice that you have to keep in mind, and use some partnership programs, use social media to share your link, use blogs, use self-published articles, UGC content, etc. Use whatever you can reach to share your website link with the world. And the more resources would share it, the better. Now, right, here we propose you to follow Tilda on social media, but I think I want to share with you one last thing, and this would be about the 404 page. 404 error page. What is this? So if we go to Tilda and we open in site settings the last tab, which is called more, here you will find the 404 error page tab, where you can choose which page you want to assign as a 404 error page. So what is this? This is a page that would appear when a person would misspell your URL, right? When they make a mistake. And you want this page to be customized. Why? Because first of all, it influences SEO. Second of all, your users will not be lost, because the default 404 page, I'm sure each of you have experienced these things and have seen those 404 error pages. They're a bit frustrating, and they don't give you any way out, basically. So they don't provide you the link to the homepage, for example, if you have misspelled an inner page URL. And you do want to bring back the users. You don't want to lose them just because they misspelled a URL, right? And for this, you want to design your own 404 error page. And in here, in the site settings, more 404 error page, you want to select it, right? Just like that. And then you have a personalized 404 error page. And this is very good for SEO, but also for user experience, right? So this is something to keep in mind as well. Very nice. So now I can indeed propose and suggest that you follow Tilda on social media. We are pretty much everywhere, notably on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Medium as well, on Telegram, etc., etc. So you can scan the QR codes of one of those three most famous, most popular social media here. And we publish a lot of useful content around website building, everything from web design to digital marketing, promotion, SEO as well, right? And I think it's the last chance for you guys to ask any questions if you still have them, because we are about to finish this webinar. So let me just have a look at the chat. Thank you, everyone, for being with us and for asking a lot of questions. That was very fun to have you. It was very fun to share all these SEO related things. I hope it was not overwhelming. You can always check the recording on our YouTube channel, because I know it might have been a lot today, but it's something you certainly can do, and it's something that certainly will benefit your website and enhance your business. All right, so thanks a lot. Thank you again, and I hope to see you in the upcoming webinars. Let us know if it was useful. We are always very happy to receive any kind of feedback, any kind of questions. And also, if you're watching us not live, but later as a recording, in the recording, please use the comment section to ask your questions. We'll be there to reply. All right. So thank you guys, and have a great afternoon or evening or morning, whatever. I was happy to have you, and bye-bye.